Hi everyone, welcome to Watu. This is a bi-weekly production where we discuss social justice, religion, humanity and culture. Watu is a Swahili proverb that means a person is people. The proverb was used in Africa to remind people the importance of teamwork, because individually we're weak, but together we're strong. Welcome. Good morning everyone.
Good morning.
How we doing? How we feeling?
Sleepy.
Sleepy?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't be sleepy.
He said don't be sleepy. Just don't be sleepy.
Anyway, good morning everyone, and welcome to Watu again. We're excited to talk again and to just have a conversation with you guys and teach one another and make a difference, right? That's the whole idea behind all this. We're trying to make a difference in our community and in our society. Okay, so today we want to talk about how to transform self-image, or transforming self-image. And I've been thinking about this, and I know everyone has some issues with it. It's a struggle for a lot of us and a lot of humans, right? Mm-hmm. But before we begin, maybe we can get a definition of what is self-image? Like, what does that mean? If somebody can give us an explanation or a definition of self-image.
Okay, well, Google says that the self-image is the idea one has of one's abilities, appearance, and personality.
That's good. Mm-hmm. What else somebody has?
Mine, I got the personal view or mental picture that we have of ourselves. Self-image is an internal dictionary that describes the characteristics of the self, indulging such things as intelligence, beauty, talent, selfish, or any kind characteristics.
Oh.
An internal dictionary. That's interesting. I know. Yeah.
What did you get?
I got the same as Christina.
The same Christina.
Mm-hmm.
But there was one definition that I really did like, was self-image is how you perceive yourself. It is a number of self-impressions that have built up over time. And self-image can be positive, giving confidence, or negative, giving doubt.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was it's a mental image we have created for ourselves in our subconscious mind. And I also thought it was it's a life, like a life that we reflect on ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like what you think we are.
Like we reflect it back to ourselves.
Yeah.
What we believe is what we are.
Yeah, what we believe is what you are.
Mm-hmm.
Type of thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
But I also looked up two different definitions because I was kind of getting a bit too deep in it.
Yeah.
But I looked up self-concept, which is the overarching construct, which involves how you see yourself, how you think about yourself, and how you feel about yourself. Mm. And then there's also self-esteem, and these two are not the same as self-image, but they kind of they are related to each other. And self-esteem is the overall sense of respect for ourselves and how we feel about ourselves.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think all those go together.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Yeah, I also thought that self-image is how you see yourself in appearance, abilities, and capabilities. So basically the mental picture you have about you.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. So we hear a lot of mental, internal idea, self-perceptions, see, think, believe. Those are some of the things I heard through all that.
Yeah.
Mm. So what do you think? Can self-image be changed? Is it something static or?
I think it can be changed because it's based on our perception of reality that is built up over time, and it continues to change as we do, and based on our experiences and the things that we go through, and the influences that those things or experiences have over us can influence how we start to see ourselves, and it could change some things, whether like subconsciously or consciously we make the decision to change.
Yeah, when you were talking about the small self-perceptions built up over time, I kind of got a visual picture of just like these little tiny Legos being like attached to each other. Mm-hmm. And then if you want to change it, like you're like, I don't want any more red blocks, I want them to be green or whatever. You've got to kind of take it apart and then put it back together again. Mm-hmm. And so it is a process.
Yeah.
But it's not permanent.
Yeah, it's definitely not permanently fixed. It changes over time.
Yeah, I think we can change our self-image, and we can create self-image that is able to withstand people's opinions. Because a lot of our self-image is affected by what people say and what people think, and we can create an image that is able to stand at whatever anybody says. Doesn't really matter anymore.
Healthier.
Yeah, healthier.
Do you think it is actually created by what people say and think, or is it what we think about what they said and think?
I think it's what
we think. Because
I think it's both.
Well, I
feel like it's mostly what we think because it's our perception. It's our perception of our reality, what we see. So if they said something, it's how we take it that helps us to kind of either subconsciously or consciously change how we act or how we feel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I think we're constantly getting input, right? From the world around us, from people, from things, from situations, experiences. And then our mind is what defines those things and then ultimately takes that into like see, think, believe.
Exactly.
You know?
You know why I'm saying that is like somebody can tell you something, like maybe you're like 15 and somebody says something about you and you believe it.
Yeah, but you've taken on the action.
But you've chosen to believe that. Yeah.
And you're like, you can't do this. Then you just believe I can't do this. My mom says so.
Yeah.
I think it can be based on like how you have built up I feel like it all kind of goes back to identity and how you've built yourself up.
Yeah.
So then you wouldn't be able to just take anything in.
Yeah. When you accept like a parent figure when you're young as the source of your truth and they say those things about you, that you do automatically kind of take them in. Mm-hmm. But then as you mature, it's your job to be able to go back and be like, are these things true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
About me? Do I want them to be true? Because maybe you are a selfish, lazy person, but you don't have to be.
Yeah. Exactly.
Exactly.
How about like you just convince yourself you can't do math? Like, I don't like math. And so you just don't like it. And you can't do it. Even though you're able to do it.
That's like self-sabotaging and self-fulfilling prophecy at the same time.
That kind of goes into the next thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you how does self-fulfilling prophecies affect our self-image?
I think it's us. So I searched up what it is, and it's us actively or passively taking steps to prevent ourselves from achieving something that we want.
Yeah.
Or something that's good for us. We're preventing ourselves,
like
whether
self-sabotage.
Actively, or passively preventing ourselves. So I feel like it's all stems from the lack of self-esteem and not knowing what you're capable of, because self-image is like your idea of what you're capable of in your appearance and personality.
Yeah. So it does affect our image.
It does.
A lot.
Mm-hmm. And I think self-sabotage is almost, it's our reaction to our comfort zone. Like it's a protection of keeping us in our comfort zone. Mm-hmm. And when you're going about trying to change things in your life, it said, I found a quote that it just kind of struck me. It said, when you're not used to being confident, confidence feels like arrogance. When you're used to being passive, assertiveness feels like aggression. When you're not used to getting your needs met, prioritizing yourself feels selfish.
Yeah.
So your comfort zone is not a good benchmark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I agree with.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So true.
So when we see ourselves as not confident, and that is our self-image, confidence feels like arrogance. So therefore, we try to protect ourselves from arrogance, right? Because we don't want to go too far. And so I think that's where the self-sabotage comes in, to make sure that we don't become arrogant. But in that case, since confidence feels like arrogance, we're not confident.
So you just keep switching back and forth,
Right.
back and forth.
Yeah, we just stay kind of where we're
Yeah.
at.
Wow.
But why do you think people like self-sabotage?
I don't think we like it.
Yeah, I don't think we like it.
I think we.
Some
I
people
think,
thrive in that stuff. Like people thrive in self-sabotage.
I don't know. I've never met anyone that likes being self-sabotaging themselves.
They'll never say anything good about themselves at all. Always it's like, oh,
I know I have before,
You know.
but I didn't like it. I definitely didn't like it. So
I always think back to people that have like BDD, body image disorder,
yeah,
where it's like they've found something wrong with themselves, and
Yeah.
that's just it, and it preoccupies their mind all the time. So I mean, is it something that we do like passively, or is it something with our mental that we're not allowing ourselves to think good of ourselves?
yeah,
Yeah. I think that once you're aware of your self-sabotaging, then you can fight it. But also, I don't believe once you become aware of it, anybody likes it.
Yeah, true.
yeah. But there's people that just enjoy it's like attention or something. They always have to say something bad, so
Somebody can say something good about that.
right?
Like, I look so ugly. No, you're not.
So they're just expecting you to say that, like, but they say in a way, they just, instead of just saying that, what do you think I look like? They have to say in that way.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably saying something good, but like, I can never be like that. But the idea is like, they want to hear more from you. What do you
Then
think?
they
of it?
have a very low self-esteem.
Or they're looking for like that confidence from somebody else
Yeah.
to say, like, no, you're not this, you're this.
Yeah.
But honestly, we listen to ourselves more than we listen to other people.
exactly.
Yeah.
So we have to be careful with the words that come out of our mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you create optimum self-image then?
So I like this one. It's just like take a self-image inventory, just kind of analyzing like what are some things that you say really bad about yourself, and listing them. Maybe like list them on a piece of paper, and then start listing your positive qualities.
Yeah.
And if your positive qualities outweighs the negative ones, start speaking about the positive ones instead over the negatives. And then I like this one that says avoid falling into the comparison trap. So
Yeah.
having anyone, don't let anybody compare you to somebody else. So I like that.
Yeah.
But what do you think about like in this generation we're in right now with social media, Instagram, TikTok, and all these girls like doing all the filter stuff on on pictures and stuff? How is that going to help somebody reach that optimum self-image?
It makes it 10 times harder.
Yeah.
Because we live in a society where like image is everything. Like
Yeah.
how your body looks, how your face looks, like what you wear. It's supposed to define all that who you are, and we don't really talk about like what's happening inside.
Yeah.
It's all about what's on the outside. So it makes it really hard to develop your self-esteem and to keep that self-image, that good, healthy self-image of yourself. Yeah, society makes it really, really hard.
Yeah.
It's like a challenge to find somebody who wears no makeup, no filter.
Yeah.
Like, this is really me, and I'm showing up.
Yeah, but then you go to Instagram and like, I want to be like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't even realize that a lot of those people have done work on their body.
They don't look like that at all.
Like they don't.
Yeah.
It's either they don't even look like that at all, or they did surgery to kind of slim. You can do so many things. People are taking out their ribs these days. Ribs
Yeah.
to try and get their
Hourglass.
hourglass figure.
Wow.
Oh gosh.
What's that phrase like? Comparison is a thief of joy.
Yeah.
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 Yes. That's crazy.
Yeah, I had awareness is the first step. Like, what are you saying to yourself every day? You know, what is your self-image? Start there, and then try to figure out what's truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like the exercise that we're doing at youth group right now, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Find the truth versus lies.
Yeah.
You know, which one is truth, which one is not. But there's sometimes people just believe a lie, and that's their truth.
Yeah.
How do you get over that?
I don't know, if you're choosing to believe it, like, that's really
Then you have to look at the lie, I think, and say, is this moving me forward, or is it keeping me the same?
Yeah.
Because, like, if you're believing a lie, it's serving you in some way. And that's, like, what you have to kind of accept in the process is this lie is serving me, otherwise I would have changed already. So if this isn't the truth, then what do I need to do? And it's always going to end up with stepping out of the comfort zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds easy, but it's not that easy.
Easier said than done.
It's easier said than done.
Oh my goodness.
You know, like you just process it and get it done.
It was just make 3 steps to helping your self-image.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That sounds like a blog.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I think we talked a little bit about self-sabotaging and stuff. So, but I want us to ask it anyway. How does self-sabotage talks affect our self-image?
I think that's what we were talking about when you were talking about self-fulfilling prophecies.
Yeah.
So if we go back to self-fulfilling prophecy, where we like kind of believe something so much that we almost bring it about.
Yeah.
I think that's what we like. That's I think that also like the definition of our self-image, right? Like if we're not questioning those little Lego pieces as we put them together, then we believe it and bring it about. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like a magic trick.
Yeah.
It's so cool how you can believe something, let it influence you, and then it actually happens
Yeah.
the way you've believed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So can you do the opposite, but on positive things?
Yeah, I think you can. It's
You
just
know?
harder for some reason.
You know? Just say those things,
Yeah.
believe it, let it influence you, and then it'll come true. You will have that confidence that you want.
I think it's easier to believe a lie than to believe the truth.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lies just sounds
Easy.
easier.
Yeah, more comfortable.
Yeah. It's just like this is more comfortable here.
When I think truth requires you to like, it pulls you forward. Whereas lies hold you back, and sometimes it's just easier to be pushed to sit down than actually like use the effort to stand up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, and I said like about that sabotage and stuff, I said comparing yourself to others. That's huge. Or feeling unworthy and limited beliefs, negative talks. Like negative talks, you know what those kind of things are? I'm never gonna be like this. I'm always like this. Those depressive talks.
Yeah, like we have decided in our marriage a long time ago never to use never
Yeah.
and always, never to use never. But never and always can't be part of our vocabulary in an argument
Yeah.
because nobody's never this or always that.
Yeah. But people use that all the time. Like,
Yeah.
I'm never going to be able to graduate. I'm never going to be able to get a good job. There's even people that believe that they can never make more money than their parents.
Or live longer than
Or
their
live
parents.
longer than their parents.
Oh, I will live longer than my parents in Jesus' name.
You know?
Or be healthier.
Or be healthier.
Yeah.
My grandpa died at this age. I think I'm going to die at this age also.
I mean, my grandpa did that. His
Forever.
father died when he was 73, and so he believed
Yeah.
he was going to die at 73. So every year that he was alive after that, he still believed he was going to die at any moment because
Yeah.
his father died at 73.
Yeah.
Imagine living a life full of just like fear that you're gonna die tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's not living.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not living.
No.
And I was thinking about this, and like I know this sabotaging talks can make people don't even like progress in life at all. Like you just like limit yourself. You can't like even like getting a job. You just want to get the basics. You don't want to like push yourself to where it's uncomfortable. You know, you just feel comfortable doing the easy stuff. You know.
Yeah, I think
And-
self-sabotage has to do also with like the limiting beliefs, like what you're talking about.
The limit, those kind of things. and this can happen subconscious sometimes. Like you don't even notice that you're doing this. It just seems normal, but you're doing it over and over and over again. You know, then you're not progressing at all. You're just going in circles. Yeah. So.
And I think we've talked about the elephant before, but like the circus elephant as a baby, you know, he's tied with something that's stronger than him around his ankle. But when he grows up to several tons, it's just a little tiny rope that keeps him there because he tried as a kid to get out and he couldn't. So therefore he just never tries again to get out.
Yeah.
And what we do in our own way, because we believe something from when we were a child, that now that we're grown, we don't realize we've grown and are capable of more.
Yeah. You're just stuck there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you feel safe to be seen? So, talking about self-image.
Yeah, are we talking about physical, emotional,
all of it?
mental?
Because your self-image goes around all the areas too.
Yeah.
I mean safe.
Yeah, what do you
Like
mean
danger?
by safe?
Like when you walk out of your door, do you feel safe to be seen by people?
Yeah. If you're walking out of your door, me, I don't have a problem with being seen by other people.
Yeah, physically seen, most of the time I'm fine. It's like sometimes, you know, right out of bed.
I mean, you don't want to see me right out of bed. I'm protecting you guys. So, I mean...
There's people that struggle with that. Like, you know, like they don't want to go out.
It's like that's a whole different topic right,
Right.
there.
Yeah,
It's a
exactly.
whole different
People,
topic.
I don't want people to see me. Or you just like rush because, and you're always like, what, are they looking at me? Are they watching me? You know,
Then I'm really not.
subconsciously.
I feel like that's a whole different topic because
Yeah.
if you physically like you said, Ms. Amanda, like physically to be seen, there's no problem. There's no problem.
There's no issue.
But I mean, there's a different like mental issue of like really not wanting to be seen by society. Period. So
Yeah.
I feel like that's a whole different topic. But
If we talk about other pieces, like our emotional, mental stuff, there are pieces of me that I don't share with certain people.
me too. Yeah.
Exactly.
And maybe it is a safety issue. Maybe I don't feel safe exposing that part of my life to a stranger or to someone. And maybe that's a boundary issue. I don't know.
Maybe it's just none of their business.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. That's how I feel about it. I'm not gonna go telling everybody how I emotionally feel or how my
not
how
everybody deserves to see like all parts of you.
exactly.
I feel like
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
like-
everybody deserves to see that.
Yeah. There's definitely people in your life that,
Yes.
you know.
Yeah, there's people that see it, and I feel safe for them to see it. But there are people out there that I
You
don't
don't
feel
feel
safe for them to see any part of my life.
Yeah.
So
Like physically, perfectly fine.
yeah, see me. There ain't no
Bonnets
problem.
and all.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Slippers.
Do you
No
worry
problem.
when somebody stares at you?
Then I'm
Then we have
scared,
a
like
problem.
if there's a stalking issue, like that's happening.
No, like a stranger that don't know you. They just like
Just
stare at
staring
you.
at me. That's very strange for me.
I mean, I
Yeah.
get those all the
Yeah.
time. It's
You get
normal.
those all the time.
Yeah,
All the time. I've been scared.
Normal.
yeah, because it happens. Like people just stare at you. I'm like, why are you looking at me like that? You know?
No, I
Sometimes
get
with how
scared.
much I zone out, I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. Like maybe they're just completely zoned out and they're not actually
Yeah.
seeing me right now.
Yeah, maybe they're looking behind me. Then I'll be like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try to tell myself stories to like not get stuck, right? Like I'm going to give them like maybe they have this excuse, this excuse, this excuse. So I don't get in my own head of being like, do I got something stuck in my teeth? Like, you know?
Yeah,
I worry completely different. I'm always like, why are they staring? Like, because I've watched way too many true crime stories, and I'm not for it. I don't
Yeah.
want somebody following me home trying to.
The physical danger piece.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I worry about. So,
yeah.
yeah.
There's people that worry like their image, like how they look, like they don't want to when they're even walking around. Like, so now everybody's talking how much weight I have. If there's somebody they're talking about my hair is not perfect. Or they talk like
I used
that's
to
my
be like
dresses
that.
and all like that.
I feel like for me, it's like when I was little, we used to have this lady that would help us, like, because we were new to America and stuff like that, and she would come to our house to just kind of help us figure some things out. And she used to say the most craziest things to me.
Yeah.
She would mostly attack my body and stuff like that, and be like, "Oh, you could lose a little bit, this and that." Keep in mind, she is big herself, but she's telling me, and I was like, what, 10 at a time at that time. So she's saying all this, and it did affect me for such a long time because I carried that with me going forward. So, and I think that's what developed like my love for the gym or something like that, because her words were still in my head for a while, but then I had to get into a point where like I'm going to the gym for myself to be healthy and not because of what she said. So like the words, like we were saying earlier, like the words that are put inside of us, like are said about us, we get to choose whether it's going to affect the rest of our lives. So we have to choose whether if those words are true or not. So I get that.
Yeah, definitely.
It can happen. So what is your current self-image?
Yeah, I left that blank.
Yeah, me too. I question mark.
Put a question mark.
What is your self-image, Uncle?
Yes.
Tell us. Maybe we'll go from there.
What is my current self-image?
Yeah.
I'm confident. Like, I never, like, really worry about what somebody thinks of me. Like, I dealt with that growing up. People saying stuff about me. And that I just, like, figure out how to not really care about it. Like, it does not bother me at all what somebody thinks. They have the you know, it's their right to think whatever they want. But it's my right not to care about it. That's how I look at it. That's the ability that I have, that power over them, that they can think about their thinking, but it's not going to affect me. I have power over that. I just developed that. So my current self-image is like, I'm me, and that's not going to change. We're all individual people. Like, I'm me. Whoever person wants to say stuff about me, they're the ones that have issues, not me. That's how I look at it. They're trying to reflect their own problems on me. Yeah, but I don't allow that. So.
I feel like mine might have a big sign that says under construction.
Mine has to say ongoing process.
Mine is self-image in progress. It's in progress.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's definitely, for me, I would say it's a lot better starting from middle of last year to the beginning of this year.
Yeah,
I feel like it has developed to it's been a lot better, and now I don't really worry that much. Like, I don't really wear makeup anymore unless I'm feeling like I want to wear makeup. So I don't force myself to try and look good for other people anymore.
Yeah.
And that's very important for me, especially with like standing on stage every Sunday or doing stuff, you know. But I feel a lot better about my self-image.
that's good.
So it's still an ongoing process,
Yeah,
but it's heading the right direction.
yeah.
So
That's
Yeah,
cool.
it is a process, definitely. It's a process.
Yeah.
I know before, like, I would, like, seek, like, confirmation from people. So, like, for me, it's, like, learning to do things for myself and doing what I love and not what other people think that I should do things, because I know. I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't want to go deep into that. But yeah, doing things for myself because it makes me feel happy and not what other people want me to do is what I'm going. So that's what I'm saying. It's on progress. Confidence on progress. Everything on progress.
Yeah.
but definitely better.
Yeah.
You know what? Another thing I was thinking about this, like, a lot of people base their image or their present image to their past, like past experiences and stuff. So that's what they relieved in their current life.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to, but I think I've sort of stepped away from that.
Yeah.
And I can kind of say that I've left most of my past. Like, I don't remember a lot of what had happened before, you know. But I used to be the girl that wore hoodies because I didn't want to. I didn't know how to do my hair, so I didn't want to be seen. But now I feel like sort of a whole new person. But, you know, the past is still important to me because it reminds me who I am, where I came from, and allows me to compare, like, this is where you were and this is where you are now.
Yeah.
And it's important to see that difference. To me, it is important.
Yeah. And I think the past is just as important as your future. You know, there's no, you can't say, I forget my past. And I'm just focused on my future. They're always the same important, in my opinion. You know?
Removing like the emotion from the past experiences, I think, like, and their power to define you.
Yeah.
Like you remember them, but it's like a redeemed glance at them.
Yeah.
Like I'm glad it happened because it's who I am now. I wouldn't change it. And maybe I'm not glad it happened, right? But there was something good that came out of it.
Yeah.
Because I required something good to become out of it.
Yeah.
You know.
That's awesome. So self-image is important, you know, and even though we struggle with it and those kind of things, but it really affects everything we do. Affects your present, it affects your future, it could affect your career, it could affect a lot of things. Yeah. Could affect your relationship with others.
Yeah, definitely.
You know.
Your self-esteem. It all kind of goes together. So you have to think self-image, self-esteem, self-concepts, and, you know, self-respect for yourself. They all just kind of... And remember yourself also. That's very important to remember, to take care of yourself and do those things.
It kind of goes back to identity.
Yeah.
Yeah. It can affect your abilities. Because that's the definition I said. You know, self-image is appearance, ability, and capabilities. You know, so when you're worried about your self-image, you're just like scared of doing things, of getting out of your comfort zone. Because it's comfortable right there. You know. Yeah. So the mental picture. Yeah. But why do we create all those pictures? How many times are you going to recreate it?
It's very easy.
Oh, it's very, very...
But how many times do you recreate this picture?
Sometimes you don't know you're creating the picture.
Plenty.
Sometimes you're very unaware that the way you perceive something is changing you.
Yeah, like going back to the Lego analogy. Remember years ago I dealt with something that was such a hardcore belief in me. It was like learning that the color purple was actually orange.
I'm sorry, what?
Like learning that, like I always thought that this color was purple. But then to come find out it was actually orange. And so it was like such a base belief that I had to, it was almost just like, no, this doesn't mean, like, this isn't purple, this is orange. Like every time I faced purple in my life, and this is, you know, and I'm not talking about color blindness right now, but
I was thinking for a little bit.
Yeah, but just as far as like, when you see the color purple, having to be like, no, this is actually orange. Everybody else sees it as orange. You're the only one who believes it's purple. And just like those base beliefs are hard to change.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Especially about yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, and this, the truth is, like, we all have an image of ourselves in our minds. And so how do we change that if it's not the right image?
Change your mindset.
Yeah.
Work on yourself.
Yeah. Because you can have like a really messed up image about you in your mind. And that affects every area of your life. You know, like even like, say, like trying to lose weight. There's people that, because they've always believed that they're just going to be obese all the time. And so in their mind, whether they're losing weight, they still don't see themselves as, I'm thinner now. I'm more healthy now. You just like stuck to that image that you created for yourself for all those years.
No, you got body image disorders.
Yeah. And you struggle with it. Even when you get to like a point that you've lost so much, you're still like stuck there. I think I'm at that comfortable image in my mind. I just want to leave there, you know. But that's not the truth. So I think it takes a lot to be able to move that person, that image, and put a different image there. You know. Yeah, and start thinking of yourself as somebody who is healthy, somebody who is stronger, somebody who is capable. I have all the abilities to do what I want to do. I'm not weak. I'm not afraid. I could do anything I put my mind in it. You know. So, but people struggle with that. People struggle with that a lot. You know, But the truth is, like we just learned today, that we can create a different image. We can move that old image that's been in our minds for years and put a different one in there.
Yeah.
That person that has ability to do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give up easily. Mm-hmm. I can, if I put my mind on something, I can do it and finish it. You know, I'm healthy. I can go to the gym and be the healthy way that I want without feeling like I think I can only get this far because it's more comfortable right here. You know, so it's a struggle, yes, but we can overcome all this and create the image that we want for ourselves.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And like, you know, what's so weird is like this self-image can even affect people when they apply for jobs. Mm-hmm. You know,
it affects every aspect of our lives if you let it affect it.
Yeah. It will.
Yeah,
it will take over, and
it can make you miss a lot of good opportunities that were meant to be yours. But because you think that you can't do it, then they pass by.
They just leave you, and you stay there. Yeah. So this was good. This was really good, and I hope. If you're out there struggling with self-image, this will help you and maybe encourage you to like start working on yourself to create the self-image that you want for yourself, or maybe be able to move the image that you already have and start working on a different one.
Yeah.
And the weird thing is like so some of those images we create on ourselves could be just from something that somebody said.
Yeah.
And it's just like you believe this so much that that's what's stuck on your head now. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't your will. It's not what you wanted to be, but somebody else said it. And you looked at yourself in the mirror and like, I guess I'm that.
That's so crazy that we can do that.
Yeah.
And it can even change like how we see our appearances and how we view our personality. Changing your whole entire personality, your whole being because of what somebody says.
I guess I'm lazy.
That's crazy.
And that's what you believe. You can't get out of that, like, you know, which is sad, you know. So please ask us questions. Please comment. Subscribe. I don't know what we just, maybe we missed something that you thought you think would be important for people to know. Mm-hmm. Please, I don't know. We're just trying to help out each other and help people that are dealing with this. And just grow and be healthy people, right?
Yes.
And self-image could be a mental problem. Mm-hmm. You know, it could be like something that's really crazy. You know, I know people that don't leave their homes because they're scared of being seen out there. You know, then they'll make excuses how they're smarter. I just use apps to purchase anything. I don't need to go out. But if you dig into that, it's not just that. There's a lot of issues behind that, right? Mm-hmm. Right? They're scared, you know. Or even just walk in their own neighborhood. They just assume people are looking at them through the windows.
That's like a whole new mental illness.
Right?
Yeah.
Can't just walk your dog in your neighborhood because you just assume everybody's staring at you through their windows. What are they saying? You know? That's so sad. Anyway, thank you for listening to Watu, and I hope that this helped you, and it's going to be enjoyable listening sometime when you need encouragement about self-image. Mm-hmm. And like we said, please challenge us. Say something. We want to hear what you think. What is your struggle with self-image? Right? We just want to know what is your struggle? How did you deal with it? Let's help one another, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening to Watu.
Thank you.
And we'll catch you next week. You've been listening to Watu podcast. We hope you enjoyed listening to our show. Don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification button so you get notified when you upload a new episode. You can also listen to all our episodes at mtuniwatu.com or your favorite podcast app. Follow us also on Facebook and Instagram. And thank you very much.